Stu back with Raid Shadow Legends on a second round of 1.8 patch notes. I had some wrong information, not really wrong information, but I didn't have full information. They give YouTubers the patch notes beforehand. This is new to me. I've only been at this for a little bit less than 30 days, maybe like 28 days. So basically they gave me shit information. They didn't give me all the information of the patch note. It made the video I did look like trash, like I wasn't coming out with all of it, or didn't know what I was talking about with some things, especially with like the Painkeeper change at the very end. So note to self, I'm going to wait till these notes are out next time. I'm not going to listen to Plarium. I'll just make a video then. It is much easier to do. So let's just get into it. Let's see what we have here for the patch notes 1.8. This is some stuff I've already talked over, but we'll go over it again. Let me see here. We have the multi-battle. Fantastic. Every new game that comes out should have this. A lot of them do. This is going to be the same stuff I just said in my last video for some of this stuff about how Overhit has it, Skylanders has it, Nice Chronicle had it, tons of games have it. All new games need to have it. They should have it. You can do auto battle up to 15 times. You can customize it and set it, do all this other kind of stuff. I want to get through this quickly, stuff that I already talked about in my last video, so I can get to the things that they didn't give me the information to and the champions. So legendary artifacts, I can't wait. All these right here are going to be level 20. We'll be able to get that 6-star legendary artifact. I'm ready for it. 90-day login. If you're a new player after 1.8, you're going to have a new 90-day login instead of a 35-day login. And if we've been playing for a while and you're a veteran, you're going to start at the 30-day mark. Great. Chicken. We love chicken to go with our brew in the tavern. Oh, sorry about that. It is Clan Boss reset time. So we love the chicken to go with our brew. Chicken is basically just like I've talked about in some of my other videos. What they needed to introduce into the game is just rank up gear. Instead of taking 4 stars into a max 4-star to make a 5-star for fodder, this is it. So it's already a 4-star or a 5-star. Just use that with other champions to make fodder so you can rank up and make those 60s. They come in forms of 2, 3, 4, and 5. It says from events, tournaments, and special offers. A lot of other games do this, have random drops of 3 stars in dungeons. I hope they change it. I hope they introduce it in dungeons. So that's that. Balancing. Here's where they didn't give me all the information for Painkeeper, because if you look here for Painkeeper, we understand all this. She's got a 4-turn heal, this spectacular sweep. It's less now. It's going to be about 3,600 less than my 16,000 I'm healing for right now. We're going to test it out. I'm definitely going to test it out when this gets turned on and we can all play this game. And the 5% lower turn meter, not a big deal. But then if you scroll all the way in the bottom, which this should be in both places if they want to separate it, right here. It doesn't affect the cooldown of her skills. It's worded weird. Affect her cooldowns as well as others of her allies. Doesn't make any sense. She does a cooldown for everybody on the team, but not herself now. So it's not going to lower her heal, that's on a 4-turn cooldown, and it's not going to lower this particular spell itself, which is also on a 4-turn cooldown. So it's probably not going to be as good for Clan Boss to bring Painkeeper in there. We will still test it. I think for waves 1 and 2 of dungeons, and then for dungeons itself, it'll still be great. She's still going to heal for a lot, but it did bring her down quite a bit. So we'll do testing on that and go further. They should just put that up there so people aren't confused. Put it in with this information. It's ridiculous. So dungeons. I was just talking about dungeons. I talked about this in the last video. You can read it right there. Just added accuracy and resistance to some minions and the heal block, which might make Ice Golems peak a little bit harder. Challenges have been changed. That's great. I talked about this in the last video as well. They did give me this information because before these challenges were ridiculous to do on the artifacts. To get these drops, to run in campaign mode, to get the 3-star it used to be, which was the highest. So now they're down to 2-star. Much easier to do. All right, new champion. Let's get into the new champions. This is the fun stuff. The other stuff is fantastic. I just feel like I just went over it in that other video if you watched it, and you can read it here with me. But I am excited about doing the autoplay. When I get outside, I'm on my phone. I can do 15 runs over on campaign and level up some fodder and get things going. And then when I'm home, I can use clickers or whatever to do dungeons and get those dungeon runs done. I don't know why they didn't include it to dungeon runs. It doesn't make much sense just to include it to campaign, because I believe that's specifically what it says here, campaign battles. So, I don't know. Anyways, let's go on. It's an update. I'm excited to get 1.8. Now we can move forward onto more exciting things. If Plarium, and I'm telling you right now, if this company acts the way it's done for the last 6 months to 9 months, how they've run this they run this game, if they continue this way and don't have consistent updates now that the servers are supposed to be stable and they have this update coming out today, if they don't give us consistent updates and communicate with us, they're not going to have a game anymore. People will leave. I've had so many people leave already because they've taken so long. This has been going on for like 3 months straight. We need content for in-game players, and this is supposed to be the starting point, and then we'll see after this. We need to get to 1.9, 2.0. We already knew about all this stuff that was coming out. It's not really new content. It's just a little bit higher dungeons. It's 6-star artifacts, and it's legendary artifacts, which I love to do in these games. I love to grind. I love to get those. That's what I live for. So I'm going to keep doing that, but they need to bring us content. They need to be consistent, and they need to communicate with us and let us know what's going on, right? So this new champion here is the via the daily login, it says. So I guess it's going to be a while before we get her, but she looks like she could be a replacement for Apothecary, okay? She has the Ascended Rally of the Horde, fills the turn meter of all allies by 15%, and places a 30% increased speed buff on all allies for 2 turns. Now that's if this skill is a 3-turn cooldown, if it gets to it. If it doesn't, if it's like a 4-turn cooldown, then it's no go. She will not replace Apothecary, even though she's Spirit. If you needed a Spirit instead of the magic like Apothecary is, it still wouldn't work. Attacks all enemies 50%, decreased turn meter 15%, but she does have a speed lead. So the speed lead is phenomenal. It might be a nice change to put her in as a speed lead, and I really hope this Rally of the Horde is 3 turns so I can replace Apothecary with her and have this speed lead and try it out and see how much damage I can pull off. Okay, and then we have this other guy. This is a new champion. He is Force, and Athar does a lot of dots as well. So, and Athar can steal on his skill 1. But this guy does poisons. He has another chance to do poisons on his skill 2, and then his skill 3, damage increased by 25% against targets under poison debuffs. Now, I'm sure that's just going to be a flat 25%. If it winds up being 25% additional damage per poison, they'll probably come in and change it up, and it won't be that way anymore. So I don't know. We already have, it's always good to have options. So if you pull this guy and you didn't have Athar, then you've got another person that can do dots on the clan boss that's Force. So there we go. Another champion, Dark Aethel. Now this girl looks specific for Spider, and you'll see after you get done reading through her skills. Her first skill, decreased defense, that's fine. Attack all enemies, has a 50% chance to place slow speed debuff for 2 turns. That's great. Spiderlings, get all those spiderlings, put the debuff. Attack all enemies, place a 30% increased buff on this champion for 3 turns if this attack kills 4 or more enemies. Heals the champion by 50% of her max HP if this kills 3 or more or 6 or more enemies, and then grants an extra turn if this kills 10 or more enemies. Spider is the only thing we have right now that has 10 little spiderlings in it. So I assume she is strictly for Spider. That's it. So Spider isn't difficult if you have somebody with a 3-turn AoE cooldown. There's a lot of teams that do it. I know for me it was always the hardest coming up, but once you get to end game and you get everything going, it really isn't that hard. She looks like maybe she'll make it easier. It depends on how, what's the cooldown on this? What else does it do here? It kind of cuts off, grants an extra turn. Okay. I don't know. We have to see. We'll have to see what the cooldowns are on all these. I like the double AoE, and I like this additional thing where this grants an extra turn. So we'll see how that plays out. But besides that, that's all we have for the patch. I am excited to have the patch. We need it. We're still not playing it yet. We've downloaded we've downloaded it. They told us it's coming soon, and it will be today. That is what they have said. I'll leave a link to this post down below so you can come here and look at it. And again, we're not playing it yet, but I am excited to farm, to get from 15 to 20 in those dungeons, to make videos about it, to get that gear, to roll on that 6-star legendary gear, to hit those substats, sell it if it's not good, look for more. I mean, and then go in and make that, make those champions as powerful as you can make them. That's what I'm ready for, to get those runs as fast as you can make them, to do as much damage on the clan boss as you can do. That's what I want to do. So this is my follow-up video. I apologize for that first video. Again, they gave me shit information. It won't happen again. I'll just wait till I see it with you guys and do a video then. So everybody have a great day, and I will see you in game.